sold over the counter here in Oklahoma. Federal health officials say that kratom is a dangerous substance that's been linked to overdose deaths.
But advocates say it's an herbal supplement that addicts can use to wean themselves off of harmful opioids. Fox 25's Caroline Vandergriff investigates what's in kratom and whether it's safe.
Kratom comes from a plant native to Southeast Asia. In low doses, it acts as a stimulant like caffeine, and in higher doses, it has some opioid-like effects. Kratom isn't FDA approved for any kind of medical use, but that's not stopping millions of Americans from trying it. For Adam Hull, it all started with a car accident when he was 16.
That's the big event that set everything in motion for where we are today, really.
He walked away from the wreck without a scratch, but started having migraines and neck pain a few weeks later. Doctors couldn't figure out the cause.
Right away, they gave me pain pills. My tolerance would build up so fast to it. My body would just burn through it, so I would need more and more and more and more. And that's just how it escalates.
For years, Adam hid his addiction from everyone, including his wife, Jamie, until it all came crashing down.
All of a sudden, next thing you know, I wake up the next day in the ICU with a catheter, having no idea what happened.
The accidental overdose was a wake-up call. Adam went to a detox facility to get off opioids for good. But withdrawal was agonizing, and his pain returned. Adam says he was hurting so bad he couldn't work. That's when he saw an article about kratom and decided to give it a try.
And instantly it was just like, wow. I felt fine, like I was completely coherent, completely normal. I wasn't impaired at all, but like I just felt good.
The substance comes from a Southeast Asian plant and is sold in pill, extract, or powder form. Jamie and Adam both say kratom turned their lives around.
We're blessed from it. It saved us. Our marriage probably saved my life. I don't know what I'd do without it, you know?
Adam believes in kratom so much, he decided to start selling it in 2016. Their online business has grown quickly, and they're now opening a brick-and-mortar store in Midwest City.
I see what it's doing for other people, and that's what's most important to me, is that we're helping others who just need out of pain. And we just don't want pills taking over people's lives.
But not everyone is convinced kratom is a cure-all. The FDA says there's no evidence it's safe or effective for any medical use.
I think there's liable to be problems with taking it that maybe are not yet identified, and so people are going to have to be very careful.
A recent report from the CDC found that kratom was a cause of death in at least 91 fatal overdoses in the U.S. from July 2016 to December 2017. In almost all of those cases, other drugs like fentanyl and heroin were also listed as contributing to the overdose. Phone calls about kratom to poison control centers nationwide have soared more than 50-fold. There were just 13 reported kratom exposures in 2011 and 682 in 2017.
Oklahoma Poison Center, this is Joe.
The Oklahoma Center for Poison and Drug Information received just 10 calls about kratom last year.
Whether that's because there are not a lot of people using it or because a lot of people are not having problems with it, I'm not sure.
Studies show the most common side effects of kratom exposure are agitation and irritability, fast heart rate, nausea, and drowsiness.
In a worst-case scenario, kratom can cause seizures. There have been reported cases of adverse effects on the liver.
Director Scott Schaefer says one of the biggest issues with kratom is the lack of quality control. Since it's unregulated, it's hard to know what exactly is going to be in the package you purchase.
Like any natural substance, one batch of kratom to another may have widely different amounts of active ingredients.
The Hulls say their products undergo multiple lab tests before they reach customers. They support oversight
to make sure that every consumer knows what they're getting.
But they don't want to see an outright ban on kratom.
It just makes you feel better, and that's all I wanted for him. It was like these pills were destroying his life, and honestly, they were destroying mine.
Adam says businesses that don't test their kratom or mix it with other substances are the ones causing issues across the country. He thinks lawmakers should crack down on those bad practices, not the drug itself.
It saves people so much pain.
That's why he plans to keep spreading the word about the so-called miracle product that saved his life. The DEA considered making Kratom illegal in 2016, but withdrew its plans after facing significant backlash. The federal agency says more research is needed on the drug. The Holes hope to work with Oklahoma lawmakers on a Kratom bill to keep it legal here, but set regulations for handling and processing the supplement. I'm Caroline Vandergriff, Fox 25 News.
The National Institute of Drug Abuse is currently funding 2 studies totaling nearly $7 million to better understand how Kratom works. One goal of the research is to compare how it's been used for hundreds of years in Southeast Asia versus the way Westerners consume it. The first of its kind keto pizza crust